Okay, I'm gonna do a little foraging today in my backyard. The other day I told you about moss for the bedding for my air plants and that it hadn't come in the mail. Well, today I got notified that perhaps it's not coming, it's lost. So I'm in my backyard, and let me back up a little bit and show you this tree. This is the famous macadamia nut tree, and this one is in my backyard, and it's pretty big. You know, if you can see it, it's pretty big. And I'm gonna forage for some moss on this tree right there on the trunk to use as bedding for my air plants. And gonna get up close here, and let's see. There's some moss. This is all moss here. So I can take, see? So if I put this moss here in front of the actual camera, see, that's moss. So I can take it. So I'm gonna peel that off, and then I'm gonna peel this little piece of moss off. See, the back is all nice and dry. So that's a bedding for my air plants. Let's see if we've got moss all over the place on this thing, on this tree. So we can go maybe here, and we'll peel a little bit of moss out here. And as you can see, this is a big piece of moss. That should do me. This and that other piece that I did should do me. I brought my little knife along, my Laguiole knife, because I thought I may have to scrape it off, but I don't. And you see, it doesn't harm the tree. It's just moss on the tree. And as you go further up, it's getting a little dark now. So we got a few birds chirping up there, and they're bedding down for the night. This is a very nice macadamia nut tree. And like I said, this is kind of like my backyard here. And I got my candles there, and the yard, and the house over there. And so now I'm gonna go back to my room and put this video up and put my moss into the little cups for the bedding of my air plant. And I just downloaded a new feature that allows me to pause. And so I don't want to show you my walking all the way into the house. Oh, there's my cat. Just came by. Yeah. Beautiful fella. Yeah, Ginger. He's a male. But my granddaughter wanted to name him Ginger. So I call him Ginger Snaps. Hi, Ginger. All right, so I'm going to go back in the house now and put the moss in the bedding section for my air plants. And I'm going to pause right here and then restart the video when I'm sitting down at my desk ready to put the bedding in. Okay, we'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, so now I'm seated back at my desk, and I'm going forward with the rest of the recording. I got my moss here now that I just foraged sourced from my macadamia nut tree in the backyard. And so the first air plant I want to rebed is Claus. I introduced her to you a few days ago, Claus, my air plant. And I also, in one of my videos, showed that for now, what I was using is tissue paper as a bedding, because I was waiting for the tissue paper or the moss to come in on the mail. Today I got notified that it may be lost, so I went foraging for my own moss. So what I'm going to do now is, with this piece of moss that I got outside, take a few pieces like this and, chunk it up into smaller pieces like this and like this. And now I'm going to put this in here as a bedding. So now Claus, instead of having the tissue paper bedding, now has an actual natural moss bedding. So put a little bit more moss in there like that, and we'll take Claus and we'll put her back into her moss bedded enclosure. So that's moss. All right. So now moss has a nice, not moss, but Claus has a nice moss-bitted carrier here. So we'll put her back in her spot. And now we'll bring Strings out, because Strings was living in the same kind of scenario. His bed inside of his holder here was indeed tissue paper again. But now that we have locally sourced moss from my macadamia nut tree in the backyard, we can chop up some pieces like that, or just pull them apart, put it in as the bed now. Maybe another piece of moss right there like that. And we'll take Strings, and we'll put Strings back into his little holder here. Now Strings has a nice moss bed bedding inside of his capsule here. And so that's it for that. And we still have some moss left. So I'll save that and use it for bedding in the future when I get more air plants in. Well, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to share the moss bedding procedure that I was using for my plants, and kindest thoughts, and I'll see you next time.